news. First Alert Weather Extra starts now.
A First Alert Weather Extra, Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt. What a night last night. One of the more stormy setups we've seen in quite some time. It was a First Alert weather day. I want to take you back and show you some of the radar products from the overnight hours. One area where we had that greatest setup for tornadoes was in areas to the south of Tuscaloosa. We ended up with a tornado here that impacted Utah, moved across Greene County. You can see it right there, and that's the tornado as it develops. That's the radar signature, crossed the Warrior River right there around Lock 8. And it moved through the Akron community where we had quite a bit of damage. We've had a lot of those pictures and images coming in on the news. But again, that was right there from just before 10 o'clock. You can see there the system as it crossed right around Highway 14. There's 952. And another look. This is the velocity. When you see this on TV, when we have severe weather, those reds are winds moving away from the radar site. Those greens, winds moving towards the radar site. So anytime you see that combination there, it's what we call a velocity couplet. That's a good indication that we have things really spinning up. And we also have a product called shear rate that we used last night. This is our tornado detection. I can turn off the lightning. You can see quite a bit of lightning, which is also another characteristic common with a severe setup like this. But there it is. You can see some evidence of strong rotation as that moved through. But the radar did a great job. Just wanted to point that out and kind of pinpoint what we were tracking last night as we watch this move across the area. Look at that. At the time, our system was detecting 100-mile-per-hour winds coming across Utah and Stewart. That was last night at 10 p.m. And that system, thankfully, it weakened as it moved further to the east. But quite an active night. We had some wind damage in Blount County, Hayden area, but also a lot of rainfall. Over 5 inches of rain in Dora. Look at that. Kenneth Wilkinson had to empty the rain gauge. He had to go out in this weather a few times to empty the rain gauge. Over 4 inches of rain right there at Trussville. Tyler Young checking in, and close to 3 inches in Oatman, where we also briefly there, and there goes Tania, where we also had a tornado warning that was issued right there over Walker County, and you can see there over 2 inches for Alabaster. But we will take a closer look at those rain amounts and talk a little bit more about when we can see some more rain that's going to be coming up in our First Alert forecast. Let's go into the hourly outlook here, looking at the setup for this evening, and you can see there 7 p.m. to 8 o'clock, cooling off into the low 40s, winds out of the north, and a mostly clear sky. We'll be right back to talk more about that 7-day forecast, what's on the way beyond the 7-day forecast as we continue on First Alert Weather Extra.
Adopt an angel and help a child in need.
We're making it easy this holiday season for you to give back through the WBRC Fox 6 News Gifts for Kids Salvation Army Angel Tree program.
There are many ways you can adopt an angel now through December 5th.
In person at the outlet shops at Grand River or the River Chase Galleria.
Online at birminghamsalvationarmy.org.
At participating Chick-fil-A Stuff the Bus location.
Or the Walmart online registry.
For more information, visit WBRC.com and our WBRC News app.
Donate today.
The Birmingham Waterworks story is one we've been on for years and breaking some stories lately that are getting some results. Starting with the Waterworks Board deciding they may not raise your rates as much as they had first thought because of pushback from ratepayers based on our reporting. And then with the attention we brought to this, the Attorney General's office is stepping in, demanding hundreds of pages of documents before the utility does anything about raising your rates. We've been on your side on this story. We'll stay on your side. You stay with us on our WBRC News app.
Every storm has a story, where it came from, where it's going, and the lives impacted in between. Where our story begins is with your First Alert, warning you well ahead of time so the chapter in between isn't filled with surprises. The largest team on your side, dedicated to telling the story that starts and ends with you. This is why we First Alert.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. Meteorologist Lauren Linehan. I know the holiday season is almost upon us, but don't forget, today we can bid a not so fond farewell to the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. We check back in with Mickey Ferguson and meteorologist Matt Daniel for a recap.
Hey Matt,
What's that?
you know what today is?
What is today?
It's Wednesday.
It is, but isn't it something else?
Yeah, I believe it is. It's the end of the Atlantic hurricane season.
Did you just say the end of the Atlantic hurricane season?
I thought I did.
Why aren't we celebrating more?
Because it was, I tell you, we had a lot of named storms out there this year.
We had a decent amount. I'm just glad it's over with.
too,
Personally, because it's always a headache trying to forecast those systems out there.
And we're getting into the wintertime season. The waters cool off a little bit, and that takes a lot of the oomph out of those systems. So you just don't expect any to form.
Yeah, cool water.
It's happened before, but
It's rare, and it's usually away from the United States. But let's go ahead and talk about the recap of the 2022 Atlantic hurricane season. Now, last year was extremely active. It was forecast preseason to be active. This season was also forecast to be an active hurricane season, but it actually ended up pretty close to average, Mickey.
yeah, 14. That's average is 14, and that's back about what we saw. As far as hurricanes go, just a fuzz above average. We had 8, where 7 is the average, and major hurricanes, we got it down to 2.
Yeah, so what was really interesting about this season was August and September are usually your peak months of really active activity in the Atlantic. And believe it or not, August was unusually quiet. We didn't have anything form in August.
Yeah, it just took a little while longer to go. But we had Ian was kind of a booger. It made landfall into Florida as a major hurricane. Then it came into the Gulf of Mexico, came back as a Cat 1.
That's right. So here's a look at those storms. We ended up with those 14. So those names in the white, we just didn't use them. So that means they'll be recycled over the next, 6 years or so. So Alex was the first storm. It was a tropical storm. Bonnie was a tropical storm. Colin was a tropical storm. And our first hurricane was Danielle. So we had Danielle, Earl, Fiona, and Ian and Julia, Lisa, Martin, and Nicole. Those were the hurricanes of this season.
It's interesting. Our general manager's name is Colin Gaston, and we had a Colin tropical storm and then a Gaston later on. It's
Just happened to be that way.
Yeah, just strange to me. But while we had several hurricanes, only 3 made U.S. landfalls, and actually 2 of those were from the same system.
Yeah, Ian struck twice, and Ian ended up tying for the 5th strongest hurricane ever to make landfall in the U.S. So I'm thinking out of the 14 named storms on this list, it's very likely Ian will be retired once they review everything. And usually when they retire a storm, Mickey, it's because it's caused a lot of damage or loss of life or the combination of the two.
So we put the Atlantic hurricane season to bed. I don't think anybody will be missing it. And now we get into basically the winter season. And typically with the winter season, you don't see as many storms. However, we've seen storms almost every month of the year.
That's right. And not only is today the end of the hurricane season, it's also the end of meteorological fall. So with that said, I think we should say goodbye fall and hello meteorological winter.
Yeah. Now the winter solstice isn't until later on in the month, so that's the shortest period of daylight in the northern hemisphere. Some people call that the first day of winter, but we don't do that.
We'll just say
we'll celebrate early.
That's right.
Okay.
With the jacket.
Happy winter.
Happy winter.
Okay.
And goodbye Atlantic hurricane season.
So long.
I'm not sure why happy winter involves a handshake, but sometimes I just don't ask questions when it comes to Matt and Mickey. But something I'm super excited about, obviously, is that we have a new meteorologist on our First Alert weather team, and I want you to help me give a warm welcome to my girl, Tania Michelle. Tania, welcome to Alabama. We are so happy to have a fellow Georgia Peach and Mississippi State grad here. You are in good company, and I got to tell y'all, Tania, she's pretty legit. She's pretty cool.
I'll never top you. You are absolutely phenomenal. You have been doing everything you can to get me ready for this moment, and I can't thank you enough. Thanks, girl.
We're always looking out for each other. We got each other's backs here
Absolutely.
on the First Alert Weather team. So, Tania, we got the holiday season. Obviously, Matt
yeah.
and Mickey gave us a nice little 5-minute monologue there about hurricane season wrapping up. But now we got the holiday season. What's it looking like in the coming days?
Ooh, let me tell you, Birmingham and the Central Alabama in general is going big already. Listen, Thanksgiving was just last week, and there's already Christmas events lined up, and we're going to talk about what you can expect in terms of weather if you're headed out to any of these events. The first event on the table is Christmas on the Mountain. This event is happening tomorrow starting at 5:30. It'll end around 9 p.m., and this is at Herdmont Park. Now, if you are going to Christmas on the Mountain tomorrow, you're in for a treat because the weather is going to play in your favor for tomorrow. Take a look at this. By 4 p.m., no chance for rain expected in that area. Clear skies, well, mostly clear skies headed into the evening until 10 p.m. There is some rain in our forecast, but first, let's get to our next event. This is at Montevallo Christmas Parade. This is Thursday as well. This is also at 6 p.m. By 5 p.m., you're expecting pretty good conditions. Just have a light jacket on hand. Those temperatures aren't going to be as warm as you probably would have liked it. Upper 40s into the mid 40s, and then by 7 p.m. we'll be dropping into the low 40s. It's going to be a pretty chilly night tomorrow, so if you have that jacket or hoodie on hand, you should be good to go. And then this is Oak Grove. This is in Oak Grove. This is the Oak Grove Christmas tree lighting. Oh, I kind of want to go to this one. What do you think? By 5 p.m. we'll be in the upper 50s in this area. At 6 p.m. low 50s, and then the upper 50s by 7 p.m. So a little cool down before warming back up when the clouds come over the area by about 7 p.m. on Friday. And so you're going to be in a good treat for that event as well. We're not done yet, so stick around. This is the Christmas at the Tower. This is Friday as well, 6 to 8 p.m. and this is going to be near Alabaster City Hall. By 6 p.m. you'll be in the low 50s, 7 p.m. 60-degree weather, some cloud cover to help keep it a little bit warmer for your Friday evening. And so a light jacket is all you're going to need that day as well. Now, this is one more event on Friday. This is Columbiana Christmas Parade. This is also going to be outdoors. So at 6 p.m. you can expect temperatures to be in the low 50s, and then into later that night when more clouds are coming over the area, temperatures are actually going to bump up just a little bit. You'll be in the low 60s around that time. And then if you are headed to the Sylacauga Christmas Market, now this one sounds like a place you can do some Christmas shopping. I don't know about you, but get your coins ready. Start saving up for those Christmas gifts and presents because listen, Christmas is around the corner. We all know how fast this goes. So around 9 a.m., if you were at the market and if it's outdoors, you can expect some showers. So you might want to have that poncho, the umbrella on hand. And by 11 a.m., those showers are going to stick around into the afternoon, later that afternoon, around 2 p.m., 60% chance for some showers. There may be some sunshine peeking in and out throughout the day. Temperatures in the low 60s and then into the evening dropping into the low 60s to upper 50s for you there. And so that's your Christmas events for this upcoming weekend. I'm going to send it back to Lauren, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Lauren, are you excited about that Christmas market?
Oh, I am so excited, Tania, and I'm just making a mental note to bring my coins.
Okay,
like you said,
bring your coins.
Got to get those coins ready, which is perfect because we get paid on Friday.
Exactly.
So,
oh, listen, spot on Christmas market.
I know. They really were just making sure they were looking out for me and Tania, obviously. But coming up, Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt going to be looking out for you as always. We do have a first alert for a more unsettled weather pattern in the next several days, and I'll take you beyond the 7-day First Alert Weather Extra. We'll be right back.
If your shower or bath looks like this, it's time for an upgrade. Hey everybody, Joe here with BJ Wurzen, owner of West Shore Home, to talk about how West Shore is evolving the customer experience to provide seamless remodeling projects to homeowners all across America. BJ.
Joe, we know a lot of people are looking to knock out some remodeling projects before the holidays get here, but the busyness of those holidays can really slow down those plans. So I want to let everybody know they can get those projects done right now and it won't be a big disruption to their life.
Well, BJ, how are you doing that?
So everything we do is designed to be fast, easy, and convenient for our customers. And it all starts with that initial call. If you pick up the phone and call the number on the screen right now, it'll be answered by a live representative. They'll be able to answer all your questions about the shower bath project, but more importantly, find a time to have one of our design consultants come out to the home for that free in-home consultation. We even do evening and Saturday appointments to make it most convenient for the homeowner.
In that design consultation, that's where the homeowner chooses the styles and options to create a bath space that they're really going to love.
Right, we'll bring out one of these and let them design the bath of their dreams. If they want to move forward, we have multiple financing options designed to fit any family's budget. And the best part is we have instant credit decision.
So no waiting, they'll know on the spot whether they're approved. Okay, how about financing offers? Do you have something special for us today?
We have something really special right now that we're doing just for the holiday season. It's going to be 18 months with no payments and no interest. That means you don't have to make a payment on this project until after next holiday season. And for a limited time, we're going to do free installation on all shower and bath projects.
Again, no worries about making a single payment until 18 months after the project is installed. That's incredible. BJ, thanks so much, folks. Shower and bath remodeling has never been easier. Call West Shore Home now and take advantage of this great offer. West Shore Home is extending this offer for 1 week only. Call in now to get 18 months of no payments and no interest financing. Plus, you heard BJ, for a limited time, West Shore Home is doing free installation on all shower and bath projects. This is an offer you do not want to miss. Call West Shore Home now.
All right, welcome back to Weather Extra. Chief Meteorologist Wes Wyatt, great update there from Lauren and Tania on the parades. It's hard to believe it's already that time of the year, but tomorrow the start of meteorological winter, and the temperatures, well, right on track. 46 degrees here now as we look live from Brookwood Baptist Medical Center. That sky has cleared out. One thing you'll notice, the dew point right there, 27. That was in the 60s last night. In the 20s, that's the big difference, and why it's so crisp, why it's so cold out there, and certainly more stable across Alabama tonight. First Alert AccuTrack, the entire state now dry. All the clouds have moved out. Look at this, already seeing some 30s on a night like this. We're going to be close to freezing. You check in with us tonight at 9 o'clock. We'll see 32 on some of those maps out there tonight. So we are going to have freezing temperatures, and that's the thing. We're not expecting temperatures to drop into the low 20s or teens tonight, but we will be right there at freezing for several hours overnight tonight. Make sure the plants, if you had them out taking in some of that rainwater and milder temperatures over the past couple of days, make sure those plants are brought in. I got to remember to do the same this evening. But notice in the morning we're showing forecast lows around 29 in Jasper, 29 in Fayette. But check in with us tonight. We may need to adjust this even lower as that temperature continues to fall. And areas, I know Utah, Greensboro, it shows 33 degrees, but we're going to be at or below freezing in some of these areas tomorrow morning. I know certainly we're thinking about our friends around Utah and Akron tonight, where we had that tornado last night that happened in those areas. Next 24 hours tomorrow, the good news is we climb into the 50s. Still a little cool out there. That sunshine is going to help us out with those comfort levels during the afternoon, with winds east-northeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Staying dry tomorrow. Good day to get out there, clean up some of the leaves and limbs from all the wind we had last night that moved across the area. Next rain chance is coming in here as early as Friday night. So I want to give you the first alert. What's going on? Well, we're getting into a pattern here. We're going to have a series of fronts moving in, but the way this upper level flow is going to set up, more parallel upper air winds out of the west to southwest, what we call more of a zonal flow, what that's going to do is set up kind of a stagnant pattern. We're going to see temperatures start to warm up, rather mild, highs in the 60s, and there's going to be multiple chances for showers. You get into a pattern like this, we'll see a chance of rain. Looks like Friday night and Saturday. You can see here, this shows 7 a.m. on Saturday. Chance for some showers. Not expecting severe weather, so that's a good thing, but I would plan for the possibility of some rain impacts if you have some activities going on Saturday morning. Also, as late as lunchtime on Saturday. May take this a little while before we catch the next break, but that front with it stalling out, that's why we can't rule out some showers developing in here. Look at that, that's showing 3 o'clock on Saturday, especially south, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and Anniston. So the possibility is there for it to be kind of rainy at times and just kind of humid and drizzly, dreary kind of setup there, it looks like on Saturday, especially to start the day, mostly cloudy. You look out the window, you're certainly going to say, you know what, it's winter time, because it's going to have that look out there. And I think last night, if there's any leaves left on the trees after all that wind and rain that moved through here, it's just going to certainly look like we're right in the heart of December this weekend. But notice by late Saturday night, Sunday morning, well, we catch a break. But here's the thing. When you have a setup like this, we have that front stalling out, and all that warm, moist air just kind of meanders in the region, starts to move north again on Sunday. As that happens, well, we'll start to see some more showers. Here we go, Sunday late, 7 p.m. Probably see a little bit of rain as early as Sunday afternoon. So do check in. We're going to be fine-tuning the timing on this. We'll have to take advantage of the breaks when they happen, but there will be times of showers. That's Sunday night, 7 p.m. And notice more showers there, 11 o'clock at night, and some of this will be with us early on Monday. Monday. So as far as yard cleanup, I'm right there with you. Got to get out there. We have a lot of leaves and limbs everywhere because of all the gusty winds last night. If you didn't get to it today, tomorrow looks like a good day to do so. Friday, we have that small chance of a shower. Looks like mostly into the overnight hours. I think it's going to be a good day to get out there, do some yard work, put up some Christmas lights, looking like a nice day. We have a couple parades going on as well as Tania mentioned, Thursday night and into Friday night. So the good news there, but late Friday night and into Saturday especially, a better chance for some showers. Probably not the best day for doing some yard cleanups. It's going to be rather overcast out there as well, and those leaves stay kind of damp. So if you want to break out the leaf blower, maybe not the best yard cleanup days Sunday into Monday, but again, Sunday night and Monday, that's when we'll see that chance of rain going up. Here's a 7-day forecast, and you can see there 40% chance of showers. And then again, Tuesday night and into Wednesday of next week, we see another chance for showers and thunderstorms. But we see that pattern. It sets up around here quite often when we have waves of rain, and sometimes we get these fronts in here. I want to bring in meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Lauren, kind of a stagnant kind of setup, kind of blocking pattern type setup across the region. The big question is, will it continue beyond next week? Tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, Wes, I mean, when I was looking at the data beyond the 7-day, it honestly looked like we may be stuck in this pattern, like you said, very stagnant for at least a good week or so. But I will tell you, you may be wondering, well, okay, so it's going to be raining, but could it be cold? Could it be warmer? Well, if we zoom in here, you'll notice a good portion of the country below average temperatures, likely 8 to 14 days from now. But as we kind of zone in here on Alabama, look at that. It's kind of a mixed bag. Areas south closer to the Gulf Coast, temperatures likely going to be warmer than average through a good portion of central Alabama. Temperatures right around average. And then the farther north you go, temperatures a touch below average. But I wouldn't be surprised if that is also accounting for the fact that there could be a better chance of rain around. And as we've been mentioning tonight, kind of looks at these rain chances as we go into next week. It may favor more North Alabama. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see that pattern continue 8 to 14 days from now. So as we look at those high temperatures going 8 to 14 days from now, basically over the next 2 weeks, it does look fairly warm to begin with. Temperatures in the 60s, maybe even the 70s, very similar to what we're looking at with that unsettled pattern taking over this weekend. So it looks like that will kind of stretch potentially all the way into the following weekend, but then maybe getting in on some cool downs. That average high temperature right now right around 61 degrees. And as far as the fact that we've got freezing temperatures tonight, could we see that 8 to 14 days from now? Well, it still looks fairly mild in the mornings going all the way into next weekend. So that's why I really think with this blocking pattern that Wes was mentioning, it's going to be difficult to see much in the way of changes in the forecast. Maybe getting a little bit more seasonable, less warm as we get into at least the second full week of December. So let's check out those rain chances beyond the 7-day. Here we are next Wednesday. Wes was mentioning that blocking pattern. You've got this high pressure that builds in over the Gulf of Mexico. And so you get what we call these little ridge riders, and you've got these disturbances in the flow within the atmosphere. And what that does is initiates rain chances. So as we go into next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you see that chance of rain across Alabama. It looks like maybe by that late Friday we could get a little break, but then here we go into the following weekend, December 10th, still a chance of rain. So all in all, I think we should eventually see that pattern break as we get into the second full week of December, but still got a ways to go before we get there. Let's wrap up November first, and we'll be wrapping up Weather Extra here shortly after the break. We'll be right back.
Adopt an angel and help a child in need.
We're making it easy this holiday season for you to give back through the WBRC Fox 6 News Gifts for Kids Salvation Army Angel Tree program.
There are many ways you can adopt an angel now through December 5th.
In person at the outlet shops at Grand River or the River Chase Galleria.
Online at BirminghamSalvationArmy.org.
At participating Chick-fil-A Stuff the Bus location.
Or the Walmart online registry.
For more information, visit WBRC.com and our WBRC News app.
Donate today.
A first alert, we are tracking
In times like this,
we now have a tornado warning that's active.
having a way to see and hear what's happening on your phone
The most intense part of this storm right now is tracking towards Shelby County.
That means everything.
Okay, you need to get in your safe place now. Stay there. We will let you know when this warning expires. Stay with us.
Download the First Alert Weather app today. Stay alert. Stay with the First Alert Weather Team.
The Birmingham Waterworks story is one we've been on for years and breaking some stories lately that are getting some results. Starting with the Waterworks Board deciding they may not raise your rates as much as they had first thought because of pushback from ratepayers based on our reporting. And then with the attention we brought to this, the Attorney General's office is stepping in, demanding hundreds of pages of documents before the utility does anything about raising your rates. We've been on your side on this story. We'll stay on your side. You stay with us on our WBRC News app.
And let's get one final look at that 7-day forecast. So for tomorrow, still going to be on the dry side. What we are going to note are some of those high, thin level wispy clouds. I always say they don't bother anyone. They're not going to be bringing any rain, but it's almost like they put a little veil over that sunshine. So some filtered sunshine going into Thursday. Of course, the first alert for freezing temperatures tomorrow morning. Don't walk out the door without that warm coat and gloves if your hands are a little bit more sensitive when they hit the steering wheel before headed out on that morning commute. Now, by Friday, we're going to consider Friday a transition day. That's going to take us into our next big thing, a more unsettled pattern going into next week. So right now it looks like potentially the best rain coverage would be on Saturday. Even though we have rain chances back in the forecast through the middle of next week, I'm not seeing anything that necessarily looks like a washout. And the freezing temperatures are going to be short-lived. We do have a warm up in the forecast, highs getting back into the 60s by Friday and potentially even hitting that 70-degree mark going into next week. But Wes will have an update on the forecast tonight on First at 9, and I'll see you there too. Join in for Weather Extra again tomorrow night at 6:30. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Have a safe and happy Wednesday evening.